Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. This is our Path of the Damned Herald run, episode 68. Yeah, I don't think that's what I was gonna say, Jay. I don't think anyone else has nearly as much, as many points as Jake does. Like everyone else either spends their points or doesn't. They're not in chat as much as you and Jake are. So, ooh, my goodness. Alright. Look at the hair that's on my hand. Like, just petting Odie that much. It's like, ooh. Massive clumps of hair. Goodness gracious. Case in point, right? Alright, let's level. We're 17. Some big levels. Alright, so... I think we might actually go tough here. Seems like a decently good plan. Ooh, hold up. Proved critical, virtuous triumph. Yeah, that's never gonna be a thing. Righteous soul, and that is useful, but we could take some affliction resistances. Like, 40 health just doesn't matter to me that much, right? I feel like rather than taking health, we take a resistance. You know? Like the last thing I care about. So, I would say let's take Iron Gut because that way we can never get enfeebled. Right? Enfeebled means you can't be healed. Weakened means healing is reduced by half, which is still a pain in the ass, but it's better than not being able to be healed, period. Because not being able to be healed, period, will absolutely... We're a regen tank, so it'll absolutely kill the shit out of us. Sweet. Good shit. 359. Then Maya... Fucking 20 stealth. Hell to the yeah. I don't know, at this point I am kind of somewhat, we could just take Uncanny Luck. We could take Uncanny Luck, but at the same time I'm kind of feeling like we need to start taking like Heal or something like that. Hardy would actually be really good. I don't know, we just take luck. Just take the damage. Maya needs more damage!
Absolutely.
I had to turn the volume down. My stuff is loud!
There's
Screaming over there, Shody. Calm down. I think it would be this fun little mini game, right? Where like right now we're at a modicum, and I could come up with like tiers of like we could be like neutral, right? And then there's like modicum, and then there's like, you know, a fair amount, and then there's like a lot, and then there's like all of, you know. But then there's also the flip side on the negative side, right? There's you know, a modicum of hate. There's a fair amount of hate, there's a lot of hate, there's all of the hate, right? And then it fluctuates on, you know, on wherever people are spending points.
Of course.
I think it would be amusing, but I'm also biased. 5% damage from area of effect attacks. And 5% healing done. That's actually a really nice one. Are we done with Mode War yet? No. Of course we're not. Alright. No worries. Oh, right. Round 2. Shody.
Indeed.
This luminous Audra ought to be able to take my souls, Watcher. What do you say?
So we can either do the souls through this, or we can do the souls through the animancers. I say we just go with this because, I don't know, I feel like this is the safe, normal way. Let's try it. A gleaming pillar of luminous Audra towers above you as Shody stomps confidently towards its base, a grin ripping wide over her face.
Get ready to witness the feat of a lifetime, Watcher. I'm about to do God's good work, to single-handedly shepherd a multitude of souls straight into the depths of hell.
Alatha massages his temples, shaking his head. Him and his, not liking pride. She rubs her hands together, drubs her palms against her hips, and snatches up her lantern, eager, ready. She wriggles her shoulders and pops her neck, stance subtly widening. I'm ready to be impressed.
Then keep your eyes peeled, 'cause it's gonna happen
She snaps her fingers.
fast as a fire beetle flash. The Audra'll snatch 'em right quick once I conjure the light. So don't look away.
Jeez, Aloth quit being so pissy. As she exhales those last words, she presses one palm flat to the cold expanse of gem-like growth, fingers trembling, and like a firework going off, the light from her lantern flares blindingly bright. Electricity, no, hypercharged soul energy, whips across the air, lashing open Shody's skin. Traveling the pathway of 1,000 branching veins and capillaries, the strike bursts Shody bloody from face to neck to arms and lower, and she screams, her voice a secondary crack across the sky. Release the souls.
I swear to the gods, I'm trying.
The words rattle from between clenched teeth, ripped from her convulsing body, but she doesn't let go of the Audra that's searing her palm. The lantern trembles so violently it nearly cracks, but then a massive wave of purple essence rushes from the lantern. It swirls up and around the Audra, crashing along the glimmering surface before being sucked inside. The Audra pulses brighter, then darker, then even brighter, blinding. There's a howling, then the Audra cracks, and a jagged shard tumbles to the ground.
Ugh, son of a god's darn motherless cur. That hurt worse than a back-to-back whooping from Uncle Angbert's quarterstaff. Hell, and I only gotta do it again and again on cycle until the day I die?
You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Ugh, but the guild says I do. I can't turn my back on my purpose any more than I could Aora in need.
Yep.
I never did want to take the easy route.
She nods.
I'll keep reaping more souls then. Do my duty till I fall to dirt and bones. Never you worry, though. I'll see to dumping my lantern in the future on my own.
Yeah.
Thank you for finding me a way to handle my burden, even if it does involve the occasional jolt of pain.
I wonder if doing the animancy route would have been not painful. I'm curious. Chest heaving showed. If I ever play again, I think I'm really gonna try to remember to do it the animancy way. Shody scrabbles for the Audra shard embedded in the ground. The crystal slick with blood from her palm, she shoves it into her pocket. Then she shakes her head. Luminous Audra Mantle. The small shard of Luminous Audra glows with soul energy. Though obviously shorn from a larger piece, it has the appearance of being tooled, as though for a specific purpose. Perhaps it could be used to improve upon Shody's lantern.
Darn, if I don't feel so light, I could float away.
Shody casts an odd look at her darkened lantern before turning you a whimsical smile. Doing any better?
My bones are still a little jangly. But yeah, I think I am. I don't know if this is what Gon planned for me, but I'd like to think we did right by these souls. We're bringing light to the darkness, ensuring spring follows the common fall.
We got no one to direct any hate. Jake. And that's not the kind of environment that I really want to cultivate anyways, so if it ever does feel like it's turning in that type of direction, then I'm not about that, so I'll just cut it, because I don't like that shit. So. She dusts her hands on her hips before setting off at a determined clip.
Yes? At once.
Alright, let's take a look at some stuff real quick. We've got a couple of interesting things. I'm considering putting Strand of Favor over on Aloth, because it gives us additional time on our buffs, which would be good. And then I am considering... Oh, right, we wanted to check Shodi's Lantern. So Shodi's Lantern, the Light of the Dawnstar. Grants Light of the Dawnstar. Aura gives nearby allies a chance to resist incoming spells. The chance increases with the wielder's religion skill. That's pretty good, honestly. Like, good enough to where maybe we put that on in the right situations. Like, if we were gonna fight, say, Console Hot or something like that, we could toss that on. That being said, I don't think it's really necessary. We can also put on Tuatio's Palm again, rather than having the Mogren's Blessing. Tuatio's way more... Got balanced shield, yeah. And again, we could take Pugilist, right? Because it counts as an unarmed strike, so just, you know, that would be plus 10% damage on its strikes, so that's fine. Okay, cool.
What can I do?
Ah.
Be glad to.
Adair has leveled. Sweet. Overbearing Guard. Reaping the Whirlwind. No, not really. Rogue. Adept Evasion is probably going to be a good pickup here. Seems like. Discipline, Overbearing Guard. Yeah, I would go with Adept Evasion. Swank.
Yes? At once.
Alright, let's get out of here and trigger the next kind of like round of stuff. The Naga are leaving.
Don't let the door hit your scaly behinds on the way out.
Alright, Shodi.
As much as I like pretending nothing happened, perhaps we should talk about your episode with the Ardra.
He casts a sidelong glance at you.
When the captain goes all starry-eyed like that, the crew starts to ask questions.
If you got something to tell us...
You don't look like you're gonna be sick this time, so I take it that's a good sign?
Yeah, doing fun. Aethys is heading to a place called Mogren's Teeth.
All the places he can go, and he chooses a spot named for Mogren. What could he be thinking?
I'm ready to chase Gone if you are.
It's strange feeling part of my soul in the body of a god. Jody frowns thoughtfully.
It feels like we're getting closer. I just don't know to what.
I know to what. Aw, man. I wonder if we can, like, throw a grenade and get rid of this stuff. Wouldn't that be dope?
What can I do you for? What can I do? All right.
So that fucking question. Oh my goodness. Oh well, I suppose. And run.
Scale-bellied cowards! I knew they'd run!
Alright, Zuhira. Okay, so let's set our speed back down real quick.
Look at our beacon. Even the Colossus couldn't destroy it. And those snakes aren't so tough now, are they?
He looks up at the lighthouse, giddy with relief. You underestimated the dangers here before. It would be unwise to do so again.
Of course.
She nods, but she's still staring up at the lighthouse. Maya thumbs her chin, nodding.
We'll rebuild bigger and better, with reinforced walls and extra cannons. Our engineers will make this place truly impregnable.
Finally turns to you.
The Hansanui will want to thank you personally for your help here. And she should also know what we're up against.
She eyes the Dawn Stars and the craterous footprint. Where can I find the Hazanui?
She's usually at the Brass Citadel in Nekataka. Though she gets called to the palace often, haggling with the Queen and the Valians. Clear skies.
Crosses her forearms over her chest. Okay. This. Alright. And now we get Adair's stuff. Hey, buddy. Alright, yeah.
Light of Aethys be upon you, neighbor. Are you looking for survivors?
Unlike the other survivors you've seen, this young man, despite a haggard look and a set of dirt-smeared, tattered clothes, wears a calm face and speaks with a steady voice. Yes, actually. My friend is looking for someone we were told might live around here.
Short lady, about my age. Came from Deerwood with her son. Let's see. Freckles, braids, usually. Punches you in the arm if she likes you, face if not. Oh, and that's if you're lucky.
No, that doesn't sound like anyone.
The young man's face remains smooth, betraying neither surprise nor interest. We're in the right place. You must know her. She has a son about your age.
You gotta be her son. Got her nose and her freckles.
This whole scenario has always felt really, like, snap forced. Like, there could have been a little bit more, like, investigation and figuring things out. Like, there should have been, like, another NPC or two that's like, oh yeah, Byrne's so-and-so son, right? Like we talked to Byrne first, and, you know, he's like, oh, I don't know who that is, and then we go off and talk to, like, 2 or 3 other people, and they're like, oh yeah, he's so-and-so's son. And then we come back to him, because this has always felt to me like a little snapped together, a little rushed, right?
You don't have to lie to me, kid. I'm a friend of your mother's. She hiding from someone? Maybe an ex-lover who gave her the best night of her life?
And the way that comes across is just so weird. Normally, like, I like Adair, but this line is just like, what? That's super... What? You're protecting her. We understand.
No, I misspoke.
Forget it. Just tell me something. Your father, you know him?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Adair's a good man, likes animals. Like Adair said, we're friends of your mother's.
Right, friends of Alava's.
No hint of emotion registers on the boy's face.
Yes, I knew my father when I was very young. He was a man of strong faith.
Have to be. You get Alava mad, you need a god on your side for protection.
He was lost to us during the purges, which was how we came to flee here.
So you met him?
Baron nods slowly.
Well, that's great. You had a dad.
So weird. A moment passes with Adair staring at Baron with a strange undulating grimace drawn back across his face. He clears his throat.
Where's your mother now? Got a lot of catching up to do.
My mother is with Aethys.
There's a trace of a smile that seems to come with the last word. Adair appears confused. Meaning what exactly?
She passed the veil a few years ago. A flu.
Adair's jaw slackens.
It's possible her soul has taken a new body by now, but if she was truly blessed, she marches instead beside the shining god.
The boy's hinted smile brightens, his eyes far away. Adair's face has gone scarlet beneath his farmer's tan. His nostrils pulsate with each heavy breath.
You lied to us. Said you didn't know her. Expect me to believe this now?
He takes a short step towards Baron, who takes two backwards. He just put him down. Easy, he lost his mother.
Funny, you wouldn't know what to look at him.
Everyone takes loss differently, Adair. Adair stares the boy down, then turns away with a grunt and a not worth it gesture.
I'm not lying. She's buried on the other side of that hill.
He points northward.
How could she be gone?
Don't be troubled by her passing. All souls that march with Aethys receive his warmth and light.
Adair scowls. You seem confident in a god who's causing a lot of destruction.
You can't build on broken foundations. Real change needs destruction. I trust my god knows better than I do. He knows truths I'll never learn.
And got that right.
Well,
I was once lost. I struggled as you do now. But the partisans of the lighted path have restored my faith in Aethys.
at this, Adair looks up at Byrne.
What greater honor than to march in his vanguard?
Who are the partisans of the lighted path?
We began as children of the Dawnstars, separated from each other as we questioned our purpose. But then Aethys granted a vision to Gadarian Bosch.
Sounds
Bosch
like an
saw an
asshole's name.
illuminated path lighten the way through a black abyss.
Yeah, sure he did. The words fall from his mouth bulky and awkward, as though someone else had stuffed them there.
And he saw Aethys marching on the path, and Aethys bade him to march alongside.
Not quite how I've been seeing it, but everyone's open to their own interpretations.
Adair points affably in a...
And the Shining God told Gadarian Bosch to gather an army of the god's truest followers, and to prepare to lead it into battle.
You'd think after getting blown up, he'd slow down on the battling.
Has this Bosch shown proof of his visions?
Aethys himself has appeared in Deadfire in the form Gadarian Bosch foretold. That's more proof than any of his faithful could ever ask. What fortune to be given this opportunity, to know our God in the living world.
Why did you lie to us about knowing Alafa?
Gadarian Bosch warned us. Those outside the partisans may ridicule us and test our faith, especially our old families and others close to them. We've learned it's best to keep to
Cult!
ourselves and
It's
those
a cult,
with open
it's a cult,
minds,
it's a cult, it's a cult!
which relations and friends mostly aren't.
How will you join Aethys when he marches beneath the sea?
It'll be a great journey, but we're prepared. Gadarian Bosch knows the way.
Who does Aethys intend to battle?
We don't know. The end of the path hasn't been revealed to Gadarian Bosch yet. But to the faithful, shouldn't matter.
Adair, did you get what you needed here? Adair takes a deep breath. He looks around, then at Bairn. Nods, tight-lipped.
We can go.
We'll be gone.
Hey, kid. What was your name again?
Bairn.
Right. This lighted path fellow, Bosch. Sounds interesting. There's some way I can meet him?
He's usually on the move, rallying followers. But the partisans of the lighted path often gather in the Temple of Aethys in Nekataka. I seem to go there myself, in fact. There's an adherent there, Ogna, who initiates new partisans. No doubt she'd be pleased to help you. Aethys needs able soldiers, even in their elder years.
Ho 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 ho! Alright, look here, motherfucker. Adair, take on your entire fucking army. Let's go.
You should consider what Ogna has to say. It might speak to you.
I'ma speak to you.
Farewell.
Alright.
Sure thing.
Get the fuck out of this place. Alright, it is time to head back to our favorite place of all, Nekataka. We've got to turn in Hasango and progress further on some of these other quests. Oh! Save that real quick. Jeez. Hasango is a mound of wreckage on the horizon when you see a dozen junks sailing towards you. Even at this distance, you can tell they are making good speed. One of the ships pulls alongside yours, and a well-dressed Amawa man approaches the edge of the deck. You recognize Atsura, the Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company. Timely of you to show up, boss. I was just scribbling down my daily report. Maya folds her arms and nods across the gap. I'm afraid it will have to wait until I return to the Brass Citadel. He nods at Maya. It is good to see you again. I see you continue to leave your mark. He is gazing towards Hasango with a peculiar smile. The Adra beacon, visible even here, shines brightly. Nekataka is abuzz with praise for your deeds as well. Pleasure to see you again. Your manners do you much credit. I want to extend the thanks to the Royal Deadfire Company for what you've done here. He raises one hand towards the Adra beacon. You've restored a valuable asset, whether or not that was your intention. Gives you a quick, sly smile. The others at the palace will want to hear of this, no doubt. May as well take credit while the deed is fresh. Need to reach the Ashen Maw in Mogren's Teeth. It's as though a cold wind has blown over the deck. At the mention of Mogren's Teeth, the Rautine sailors stare at you in shock and horror. Those who are not frozen with their mouths agape are whispering fearfully among themselves. Atsura silences them with an unreadable glare. He turns back to you with a brittle smile that does not reach his eyes. Forgive my compatriots. Mogren's Teeth is a volcanic chain along the northeastern edge of the Deadfire. It is also among the most treacherous places in the archipelago. He casts a glance back at the ancient sailors. The waters around it are patrolled by giants said to be born of Mogren's own volcanoes. Even our well-armed ships do not venture there. He tilts his head in apology. But I suspect Queen Onikaza could direct you to Ashen Maw if you are set on going there. All the more reason to visit her palace. He smiles cryptically. At any rate, I have much to attend to, and it seems you do as well. Clear skies, Captain Kajak. Atsura nods as his crew makes ready to sail once more. Swank. Oh yeah. Those fucking birds. Fucking dope.
You blink and find yourself standing in the knee-high grass
Fucking
of
gods.
an endless field, with the day just falling into dusk. Then, the earth falls away, The wind ceases, and you are sent tumbling up into the dark of the sky.
Watcher.
The voice of the Pallid Knight shakes the earth at your feet. You have returned to Berath's realm. Your soul once more called to attend the wishes of the god of death.
Wow.
Once again, you have spoken with the Child of Light. Tell me what you have learned.
He makes Fermogren's teeth.
Intriguing.
The Pallid Knight stares past you, pensive.
I forgot Ashley Johnson does these parts.
While attend. Tell me what your many eyes perceive.
Her words ring out, and a heavy silence descends. In the silence breaks the murmur of countless voices. They speak all at once in languages both known and unknown to you.
Saggy boobies!
In the space beside Berath, an eye blinks open, followed fast by several more. They are round, keen eyes of Kith, the slit eyes of snakes, the small, dark marbles of birds, the bulbous lanterns of deep-sea fish.
Here we are.
Fucking whale.
A figure walks through the cloud of eyes as one might step through a door. It is an Orlan, then a pale elf, an ocean human, a Naga. Each of them eyeless. They are Wal.
This is the first interesting thing to happen in ages, and we do so love a riddle.
Ooh.
The figure wears an Amawa's grin, and the many voices beneath its own titter.
Say nothing.
We see between the strings of the world, and Eothas is there, strumming them like a lute. His tongue is still, yet he sings of a coming joy. What tune he plays, we do not know. It is complex, ever-shifting. One moment vibrating in harmony, the next in discord.
A man strides through the door to Berath's realm. Behind him lope wolves with lolling tongues, and jungle cats whose long tails twitch with every step. Galawain, the changeling, arrives, and he brings with him the wild heart of Aora's untamed places. Fast on Galawain's heels, a small wave of seawater washes across the tiles. It pours off the edge of the platform and cascades down into the beyond. From out of the water rears a glowing lure, then the head of a gigantic fish. The round black eyes of Andra roll to meet yours.
My gift bearers bring to me that which Kith most want to forget. And in their memories I see you as Wilder. You are the one who leaves chaos in his wake. You knew one of them once, my gift bearers. Meneha. She longs to forget and to help others do the same. But when given the chance to aid her, you did not. You are a capricious creature, like Eothas.
Yeah,
Andra's storm black eyes
she
roll
wanted to
away
forget
from you.
shit that she didn't need to forget.
Eothas is nothing if not resourceful. I admire his nerve.
Can you milk a fish?
In the changeling's
Oh my
voice,
goodness.
you hear the soft patter of rain on leaves and the rush of wind through treetops.
I'm impressed by his single-mindedness.
Hunger will drive the most pathetic of beasts to desperate acts of bravery.
Yeah, a lot of y'all talking that mad shit, but I don't see any of y'all stepping up to face Eothas solo.
If his journey leads him back to us, he has proved himself worthy of return to the fold.
Oh yeah?
Eothas does not return to us. He returns to execute some grand plan. We must stop him.
Andra's voice rises like a tide, panic riding its crest.
Oh god, Jay.
The doors
I don't
lining the
think so.
walls of Berath's realm slam open in unison. Warped pieces of ancient armor and the remnants of discarded weapons roar through the doorways. They meet in the center of the room, in a shower of sparks, and form the vague figure of a man. Finally, a blacksmith's sledge hurtles past your shoulder, and the figure snatches it from the air. A man made half of metal and half of ruined skin stands before you.
Swimming.
The rounded metal of a well-worn
swimming.
shield makes up most of his skull, his right eye socket, and jaw. His mouth is pulled forever into a half grimace.
If Eothas has something foolish planned, perhaps we can turn him from that path and set him down a more productive one.
Abaddon's words crash and screech together, like long steel gears forced to movement for the first time in centuries.
Abaddon speaks with a child's naivety.
The other gods don't seem too concerned.
He violates not their realms, but mine. I feel his urgency in every stamp of his feet along my spine. I will send tsunamis to slow him, if Mogren would stir the earth beneath Mogren's teeth.
The water at your feet recedes. Lava oozes up through the shallow water, and a woman made from the guts of the earth emerges. She settles her characteristic broadsword on her shoulder and sighs a cloud of smoke and ash. Mogren returns.
In the age when our steps carved valleys across the face of Eora, our bodies were impervious to all but the strongest attacks. I doubt fire and water will be enough to stop him, but I will bear down upon Eothas with all the heat and fury of the earth, if I must.
Thousands of Kith will die.
The death of thousands now could prevent the death of millions later.
But you don't know if you'll save millions. You might kill thousands for nothing.
Dark, inky tears fall from Andra's eyes.
Sacrifices of the few protect the futures of the many. You cannot let your petty mortal feelings blind you to the urgency of the dilemma Eothas has thrust upon us.
Funny how it's always Kith who must make the sacrifices, never you.
You will mind upon whose ground you tread.
The Pallid Knight watches
Bring it,
you with
bitch.
keen, predatory eyes. The deep, bellowing cry of an aurochs shakes the ground beneath your feet. The cry drones on and on, a moan without end.
I absolutely want. I want a Pillars of Eternity 3 that's like an epic level campaign where we're just like, alright, we're fucking done with y'all. We're tired of your shit. We're god hunting. Every fucking one of you fucks we're taking out. And it's literally just like a game of like hunting down each of these gods and basically like either killing them or banishing them. Whichever one they're more comfortable with.
Wal's many eyes squeeze shut. Andra slips back beneath her waves. Mogren dissipates in a swirling cloud of steam. Galawain's beasts cower and whine.
No one wants to fuck with Remagrand.
Only the Pallid Knight stands impassive.
My end comes to all things in time. Should Eothas care to hasten the inevitable, I welcome his efforts.
What could Eothas possibly gain by destroying Eora?
Eothas seeks a slate wiped clean.
No, he doesn't.
Freedom from the endless revolutions of Berath's wheel.
Okay, maybe yes, but that's not the same thing as a slate wiped clean.
The final emancipation of the countless stolen mortal lives the gods hoard within themselves.
Yes, but that's more of an end for you guys than an end for us. Just saying.
The Child of Light will not choose the hour of my death.
Mogren tests the edge of her broadsword with a smoldering finger.
Now y'all being like pissy.
He sows chaos in his longing for a radiant dawn. So much will be lost in the cacophony of fear his actions inspire.
The crack of thunder rends the air. The gods fall silent.
We can wait no longer to act.
Sure you can.
Speak with him, Watcher. Discover what it is he plans.
I'll do my best.
Water begins to creep across the floor. It swells, runs swiftly, and catches at your ankles. You scrabble at the tiles, but it's no use. The current's pull drags you off the edge of Berath's realm, and into the fathomless beyond. You splash down in water so dark you can't see the bottom. Then, the water recedes, gone like a dream upon waking. The hard wood of your cabin's floor presses against your spine.
So we'd get to kill, like, got Mogren, Wodica, Skane, Elia, Abaddon, Whale, Galawain, Rimagrand, Berath, Aethys, I guess, technically. Is that it? Or is it just 10 gods? That'd be a dope game. Saying.
The gods are gone, but you remain.
All right, then.
What can I do? Absolutely.
Ship life sure is an adventure, ain't it? Just think of all the places we can sail to, all the sights we could see. This is nothing like being stuck on a farm, or cloistered in the back of a temple.
Jody wraps her sickle against her thigh as she studies the boat's layout. Satisfied by whatever she sees, she tilts her head to you with a small smile.
Tell me what's on your mind. I'm glad we talked.
Happily.
Interesting. There should be more beds. It needs to be like a downstairs that we're not seeing. Like another 2 tiers of this junk. Pig sticker Rukoa. Got a piggy. Alright, fuck it, let's go. Buddy boy, we're on our way in the next step of our journey. Like, you pet? Pet. It says you pet. Sweet. Or a colorful parrot alights on the railing of your ship. A missive bound to its leg bears the sigil of the Kahanga tribe. Queen Onikaza's missive. Captain Kajak, it would be my honor to host the savior of Hasongo at the Kahanga Palace. Nekataka is a city for Hawana and outsiders alike. There is no shortage of work for Kith who are determined to be as useful. Should you have the stamina for a good climb, the palace atop Serpent's Crown could be your second home. Think on it. Guards, Queen Kaza II. We're going. Okay, so. Goals. Honored guest. This is Matari Okozi. Ser the Barathian. Dirty laundry. Skipping ahead. Matter of import. Okay, nope. Serpent's Crown, anybody. Artisans of the Light, Adair, Sayuka. Eulogy for the Dead is anybody. Arna's Folly is anybody. I think that these isles are kind of gotta go up there anyway. Nah, we'll stick around. We'll do here. I think we just head up to. I think we can head and do Adair stuff. That's probably gonna be the single fastest thing. Temple of Berath. Or, not the Temple of Berath, the Temple of Gone. No! Odie, what did you let me do, Odie boy? You're falling off. Oh no, he fell off. Ingleberry. Ooh, hey, Aloth. We can progress Aloth's story now. Getting all of the companion side questing done. Fantastic. Aloth.
Great and terrible things are at work. And once again, you seem to be in the middle of it.
Not my fault. Aloth is twisting the edge of his sash between his hands, a purposeful frown on his face.
The Rawatayans we passed will doubtless spread word of what you've done in Hasongo. But others will want to know what you've seen. They'll look to you for answers.
He watches you uncertainly, his brow furrowed. I have to report truthfully.
You make it sound so simple.
It is so simple. It is so simple. It is so simple. Honesty is way more simple than most people seem to think it is. People get into these things of like, oh, you have to lie to protect people. No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh my goodness. He spreads his hands in exasperation.
Don't you worry what will come next? What events you might move forward?
We'll get there. We'll work through it all together. What is this really about, Aloth? He sighs through his nose, his lips pressed together.
It reminds me of the question that drew me to the Deadfire. The one I've been avoiding.
He rubs the back of his neck.
I promised to tell you what I was doing among the Animancers at Port Marge. As you may have guessed, I was observing them, gathering information on the various animancy operations in the region.
Ah, listen an S. Thought you were looking for a particular Leaden Key group.
Yes, and how better to draw them out. Animancy is a subject of particular interest to the Leaden Key. Through it, I hope to pick up the trail.
Spark of pleasure gleams in his eye. But smart.
Merely a first step.
Still, his ears redden.
After that incident in Old Valia, I thought more about the Leaden Key and its particular composition.
Go on.
It's existed for over 2,000 years. Say what you will about its motives and methods, but that's an impressive tenure.
It is. He clasps his hand behind his back and begins pacing.
I hope you got a while, because I got lots to say about their motives and methods.
Relax, Adair. I'm not defending them.
Turns his back to you.
That's when I realized how short-sighted I'd been. To think I could undo the Leaden Key without understanding how it works.
Listen.
I found references to an ancient Leaden Key cabal in the Deadfire. Possibly one of the oldest, if accounts are credible. And they appear to have been working independently, without direct intervention from Theos, for almost 2 millennia.
Damn. He watches you eagerly, waiting for that to sink in. You think that by observing them, you can learn how the leaden keep works.
And how to destroy it, yes.
Nice.
Most sources refer to them as the Painted Masks. But I haven't met anyone here who knows that name. I don't know where in the Deadfire they are exactly, but I was hoping we could look for them together.
Holds his hands, looking hopeful and a little sheepish. I don't want to promise the impossible. There's not much to go on, but we'll try.
That's all I ask.
He bows his head. Awesome. Swank.
I dare you to go inside.
No! Tangaloa will eat me!
Tangaloa will eat you. Do it, kiddo. To the Temple of Gone. We'll get the Adair side of things going. Give me that leg. Oh. It's like, pop, pop, pet, pet. Give me that leg. Pet, pet, pop, pop. He's such a gentle boyo. Double dog dare. Okay. Alright, Ogna. This woman's unceasing smile and direct, violating gaze give the strong impression of someone selling something.
Light of Aethys be upon you.
Baron said you could tell us about the partisans of the lighted path.
Your friend guided you truly. Gadarian Bosch has honored me with the duty of helping his message reach all of the faithful. We answer the shining god's call. He shows us the way and we march in his wake. Already the vanguard prepares to make its journey, with more soon to follow.
Who are the vanguard?
Gadarian Bosch leads the vanguard. They are the most righteous of the partisans. They will be the first to join the ranks of Aethys, the first to charge at his call.
Dare leans in towards you.
Baron said something about the vanguard. You don't think he's that dumb, do you?
Absolutely I do. He's young, impressionable. 100%. Ogna's eyes shift momentarily to Adair, then back to you. She says nothing, merely re-raising her smile. How would I join the vanguard?
I'm afraid you cannot. The vanguard is reserved for the most faithful among us. You have not even joined the partisans.
Aethys does not play favorites as Wodika does. He would welcome all who wish to join him.
I agree. And Gadarian Bosch has admitted to the vanguard all who asked to join. Unfortunately, even if I were to initiate you right now into our order, it would be too late to join the vanguard. Their ship is docked right now in Nekataka, and set to depart at any moment.
Adair looks at you with wide eyes.
You think he could be on it? If he left right after we did, we gotta go.
They won't take you, but there will be more ships to follow. Stay and learn about the partisans of the lighted path. And I'll see that there is room for you.
That's a real nice offer. We'll think about it and get back to you.
How would you join up with Aethys? Chase him on a boat?
Yes, in fact. We will follow him along the lighted path. When the time is right, he will welcome our souls into his legion. Gadarian Bosch has seen it.
Oof.
Just your souls, then? Not your bodies?
Nope. Your journey sounds dangerous.
The Shining God demands total commitment from his followers. What good is a soldier who is not willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for her cause?
A lot of good. There's still a lot of good for a soldier not wanting to die. Absolutely.
To walk the lighted path, one must be willing to never turn back.
It's tough to walk very far without a soul. The Hollowborn, huh? Usually you'd have to stack him in a wheelbarrow and push him around.
Oh, that is some dark humor. Adair. Oh, shit. You just talked about putting soulless babies in a wheelbarrow and pushing them around. Oh, fuck.
What can I
My man. That is another level. Alright, we might, I think if we're quick, we might be able to run down and then go chase down the boat. Run down here, go chase down the boat. Which puts Adair's is like one of the easiest quests to complete. So is Adair's and Shodi's. I think technically they're both. So Shodi's I think is now finished, and Adair I think will be finished after this. They have very simple side stories. Everyone else's takes a little bit more time, but not drastically. So there he is. Alright. We've got... chase down this boat. Where you going? Sure. You fucking sailing around in a little fucking sloop. Get your ass over here. Oh. Yes. He says, okay, papa. Okay, papa. I'm here. I'm here, pop, pop. Wait, what? Why are y'all immediately like, let's kill him? Like, I guess they're all like, look, we gotta die to get to Aethys anyways, so.
I cannot whack him any harder.
What do you need?
It's a little much.
That's right. Stand together.
God. People are very weak.
Just like that.
Even with scaling.
Just take you.
Crikey.
Hogwash!
You're a hogwash.
That's not exactly my area of expertise. Hmm?
It's all right. It happens. Sacritu!
Keep your hands to yourself. Ixi, on us.
That's pretty cool. Would you please like to come out of your little protective bubble sanctuary thing? Really, game? Really?
Stand together.
Oh, good.
And dead. Jesus. That was quick. Alright.
Certainly.
Okay, let's go convince Byrne to not drink the Kool-Aid. Because that's a big no.
The others have drunk, Baron. Their souls make their way to Aethys. This isn't the time for hesitation. It's the time for faith. Come, let us show him together.
The man uncorks a vial hanging from his neck, filled with a viscous fluid of earthy red. He raises it and waits. With unsteady hands, Baron uncorks an identical vial hanging from his own neck.
No, kid!
Adair has stepped forward, his palms are outstretched. Baron nearly drops the vial. He catches awkward hold of it between his forefingers. His gaze drips up to Adair, stares with dull eyes as if he's trying to place him.
What is this? You aren't one of my flock. How did you get here?
Adair ignores Bosch, keeping careful eye contact with Baron.
Lower that. Let's talk.
Baron waits, the vial now clutched in one hand at chest height. Ooh, bluff. Hear us out. Decide once you've heard all sides.
You can't let him decide for you. You know what Olava would think of this.
She isn't here to decide for me either.
The vial in Baron's hand hovers now just above waist height.
What is faith if it isn't tested? These people are willed here by Aethys to challenge you. Make him proud.
I will make him proud.
Sounds almost like a recitation. Adair's mouth is open, but he has no answer. He looks to you, desperation in his eyes. I've seen evidence of the true nature of the gods. You are wise to question.
Maybe he's not testing faith. Maybe he's testing if you can think for yourself.
But our faith, isn't that what the gods ask of us?
No. Definitely not the Aoran gods. At least not most of them. Some of them do, I guess, like Wodica, but Baron's hand lowers. It hangs at his right side, the vial dangling.
Aethys has come just as I said he would. There will be no other chances.
Adair fumes at Bosch, his hand drifting towards his weapon.
He must be in need to reach out to us.
Effigy's eyes, kid. You think your tiny soul's gonna change his fate?
Adair is right. On the margin, the impact of a single added soul would be infinitesimal. I don't like any of these arguments, by the way. Like, I'm not a fan of this whole scenario with Baron and with Adair's, like, side quest, because it feels forced, it feels a little weird, it feels like it doesn't resolve well, it feels like it's too short, right? But it also just feels unsatisfying. I don't feel like we bring this kid back to the light. I don't feel like we, you know, show him that life has other meaning and purpose and thought, right? I just feel like we kind of like, you know, pick the right choices, and then he goes, okay, I guess I won't kill myself. Bye. It's like very unsatisfying as an end, right? Like Adair doesn't, like they don't, it's weird. Anyways.
Right, that's the basic idea.
But he has called for us.
Baron's expression shifts suddenly. He looks like someone who's been slapped hard across the face. His fingers relax, and the vial clatters to the ground, spattering the deck with what might easily be mistaken for a gruesome bloodstain.
Aethys, forgive me.
Adair takes what sounds like his first breath in a while. His fingers trace over his mouth and beard in a rhythm of reassurance.
As you wish, then. Abandon your god. For betrayal there can be no forgiveness. You will receive not his mercy, but his justice.
All acts can be forgiven by a truly benevolent soul.
Don't you got somewhere you need to be, Bosch? If you're having second thoughts, I can help you follow through.
Not a one.
Bosch smiles and raises his vial towards Adair in toast. He downs the fluid in a single gulp.
The shining god will light the way.
He barely gets the sentence out before his first spasm racks his frame. A reddish froth bubbles from his lips and collapses to the floor, flopping and arching like a netted fish. In one final, rigid convulsion, his breath stops, and his body settles heavily on the deck in an unnatural pose.
Think he's all right? He looks a little seasick.
Only he died before he got everyone else involved. Baron stares silently at Gadarian Bosch. Spittle bubbles on the lips of the corpse, are still popping.
That would have been me. If I were stronger, it would have been me.
No, not stronger. If you were weaker, it would have been you.
Lucky you weren't stronger then.
Again, I don't like how this plays out because it's such a shit resolution.
The gods might have rights to our souls, but they got no right to our lives. Seems to me they'll take from you whatever's not nailed down if you let them.
I could devote my entire life to Aethys, and it would never redeem this.
Again, we should be trying to... You've got it wrong. Absolutely got it wrong. Dare swallows and tries to say something. In the end, he just nods.
For right now, Let's just get you home.
Such a crappy resolution. Such a crappy resolution. Basically leave this kid thinking that he's weak for not having killed himself with the rest of the cult. Leaf. Alright. Let's take him to Hasango so we can finish this up. Like, big dislike, honestly. I wonder if there's a different way to get this to all play out. Adair looks up expectantly as Baron disembarks the junk without a word to anyone. Baron begins to head off, staring straight ahead with sunken eyes. Doesn't break stride when he passes Adair.
Baron.
The boy has taken another several steps before he seems to have heard anything at all. When he stops, he doesn't turn to face Adair at first, though keeping his options open. A long moment passes, then, with persisting hesitation, he turns.
I'm not sure what you want to talk about. I have my life, and I know it's because of you. I know I should be thanking you, but the truth is, I don't know if I want to be here now, or what I'm supposed to be doing, and I still don't know what to say to Aethys when I meet him one day.
It should be the other way around. He's the one who owes you an explanation.
Baron avoids Adair's gaze.
You hear me, kid? He owes you.
Baron gives an absent nod, still looking down. Says no more.
I'm here, absolutely.
Not in much of a mood to talk, if you don't mind.
And that's it! Fucking, that's it! Lighted path. Boom. That's Adair's side story. It just ends so unsatisfyingly, and it begins so unsatisfyingly, right? Like, I say it begins. It actually begins way back in the beginning of the game with Adair kind of like, you know, hinting, hey, I might have a kid, and it'd be kind of cool to catch up with the mom and maybe the kid and see what's going on. That's a great start to the quest. It's interesting, etc., etc. But when we first meet Baron in Hasango, it's so, like, disjointed. Like, it's just like, yeah, I'm the kid. My mom's dead. I'm in a cult. And you literally just, like, go to Nekataka and it's like, yep, it's a cult. Chase down the cult. Kill the cult. Take the kid back to Hasango. Done. It's such a weird, like, there's no buildup of tension. There's no rise of interest or mystery or intrigue, and there's no good resolution. It's just Baron lives. Like, I honestly, you know what I think? So I do think there's one little other option. I do know, and it depends on how you play it out. You can actually have it play out to where Baron drinks and dies, but you, like, intervene and, like, resurrect him, basically. You know? And I think maybe that has a more interesting turnaround, but regardless, like, I think it still ends with, like, him coming back and it basically just being, okay, done. You know?
What can I do?
I don't know.
At once.
Not my favorite side quest. Oh, and we have a conversation from Maya. Maya wants to chat with us. We will have to attend to that on the next video, though. That's going to be it for this one. We're a little bit over. So thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.